What is Google Fiber? It helps you like take a dump or something?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yes,
That is
Wally.
exactly what
Google
it
is
is.
now involved in your digestive tract.
And now, Cheese Wits.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, look who's in his house.
Shut up.
Can he hear us?
Shut up.
There he is.
Hold on, let me turn off this friggin' phone.
No, he can't hear us.
Yes, I
Yeah,
can.
see?
I
Can he hear
choose to ignore ye.
Well, it's going to be a long hour then.
I just want to turn this thing down. Hold on. Oy vey. How humid
Today
is
on
it where
Cheese
you
Wits,
guys are?
Silence. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's like eating soup walking outside.
I know. It's like walking into a brick wall.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Stumidity.
Wow. Look at you extending the vocabulary to new words.
I made that up
Humidity.
myself.
I am stealing that motherfucker.
You may use it. That's fine.
I am going, and I may not even.
I made
attribute
that up
it to
my
you.
own self.
My own self.
I will not even attribute it to you.
You don't have to. I will know.
No attribution given. I'm just going to write it like I'll just put something together and write it and say, "Oh, the humidity is killing me."
Listen, there are
Idiot.
4 people
You know-
listening to this show who are going to know where you learned that word.
Oh,
And instead of having a trademark symbol next to it, Wally, just in parentheses, fuck you, Jess, end parentheses.
that would be pretty good.
That'd be great.
This.
What the fuck is happening?
What is that? I thought you just turned it down.
I did.
This
Seems
is
to work well.
This is one of those things where Wally can't figure out what he's turning down on the phone.
No,
Jesus Christ, Wally.
I'm just turning off the phone completely now.
You know, you keep doing that shit, people are going to confuse you for the Democratic nominee.
Do you know? Hey, by the way, I've come up with a new Democratic ticket.
Yeah.
I want it to be, the Hussein Jeffries. No, Jeffries is the VP, and I vote for Hillary Clinton as the president. Bring him on,
Oh,
challenge him.
Jesus Christ
Challenge
almighty.
Biden. I want it. She's the only one with any name recognition. Anyways, I don't care about that shit. It just hit me just as I was going to say, man, I have gotten so many fucking things from the DNC. Take this fucking poll. Do this. But stop. And I keep sending them the same note. Stop. And they keep sending me shit. I'm telling you, do not send the Democrats, the Republicans, the Green, do not send them 30 cents.
Hey, stop does not mean stop. Just ask Willie Brown.
They're not bothering you because you sent them 30 cents. They are going straight to the voter registration lists.
Oh, they're pummeling us.
I get texts from
pummeling
both
me.
parties because I'm not registered with either one.
Oh.
So I get texts. I speak for a living. I get texts from both sides asking if they can count on my vote. And if I reply at all, I reply, you can count on me reporting you as spam.
It's fucking, it's too much.
Yeah, it's all too much.
Because
In the last week, aside from, the unsolicited texts, I cannot say that word today. The unsolicited messages from campaigns and from fucking people offering me cash for houses I don't even own. I've had in the last week 2 different people walk past 2 no soliciting signs to hang some bullshit on my door.
Oh, if they don't pay.
And the first one, I actually walked outside as they were on their way to the next house over, and I went, "Excuse me." And the guy stopped and turned around, and I'm now that old lady standing on the porch yelling at people. I said,
"Yes, you are.
You walked past 2 no soliciting signs to put this trash on my door." And the guy stood there looking at me with his mouth open. And then another guy pops out from like I couldn't see him. He was down the street, but there's a tree blocking. And he
Pops
pops
out.
over and he goes, "Hi." And I went, "Hi." And he was like, "Is there a problem?" I said, "Yeah." He walked past 2 no soliciting signs to hang your trash on my door. He goes, "Well, he doesn't speak English." I Googled, I was going to put a sticker on the door in Spanish.
Yes.
Do you know what the word for soliciting is in Spanish?
El solicitado.
Soliciting?
Solicitar. Do you know what the word for no is in Spanish?
do.
No.
I don't. I
do.
don't.
It's no. A no soliciting sign in Spanish is no solicitar. He fucking knew what those signs said.
Oh, of course he did.
Yeah.
Of course. But so what were they soliciting for?
One was for Google Fiber, and then the next time it happened, it was for...
What is Google Fiber? It helps you like take a dump or something?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yes,
That is
Wally.
exactly
Google
what it
is
You,
now involved in your digestive tract.
They are. It's actually
Of
called
course
Google.
they are.
It's
They're
called Google.
involved in everything.
Google Musil. Okay, that's what it is, and
Musil.
it keeps you regular.
I think it's Musil Google.
It could be. I could.
If you're
I
gonna
could be
name
looking-
it, give it a good name. Musil
No.
Google.
Moogle.
Musil Google helps you shit out that stuff you don't want, and only the search results you do.
Well, that's almost all of it.
See?
But is that like a
It's internet, Wally.
Is it an internet service down there?
It's fiber internet.
Oh, yeah. Ours up here is what do we have? Fiber dumb, I think it's called. We
Well,
don't
you
have
don't-
the Google Fiber.
You don't have Sarah down at the switching station plugging in your cord.
Oh, we don't have we do not have fiber here.
I
I
look
live
at-
in an area where you can't get it.
I got DSL on the farm. That's all we can get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well. Speaking of the, you must be grandfathered in because those who's is it through like Dish Network or something?
No, it's through whoever the phone company is, Verizon.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
Yeah.
Through here because Google they used to be able to get it through Dish or whatever the other one was, but they don't even offer that anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, they do not offer it, and the fiber I can't get here, so we still have the regular cable hooked
You
up
have
to
you
it.
have a modem and you have to call
Yeah.
AOL.
No, we have no. All right. Ha 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 ha.
Hottie ha ha.
Howdy ha. Yeah. Hody ho, Heidi ho.
Chris, I feel like Wally's just mad because I've been trolling him on your comment section every chance I get.
Look, I would do the same.
I never even see. What are you doing to me? You're trolling me.
I'm trolling.
Oh
you.
God, he doesn't see it. Somebody take away Dad's keys.
Mhm.
I don't even look at it.
Well, you laughed at one of them, so you laugh reacted on one of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
I
you,
must
you
have got a-
responded to one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I must have got a little one of those beep beep alerts. Someone said something with your name in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gail, what the fuck did Roth do?
I was out with my friend. I told you my friend from DC was coming into town.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out. I want his life for a few weeks. So he's here. He's vacationing for a week here. Then he goes back to DC for a week. Then he goes to France for 3 weeks to attend the Olympics.
Oh wow.
He's got he's got tickets for some good events. He's for soccer and the quarterfinals and the finals of soccer, which is fantastic, men's. Either one would be great. He's going to go see men's field hockey. He's got the tickets for that. He said, I was unaware that men played field hockey. And of course, in this country, for the most part, they don't. But in the rest of the world, they do.
Are you sure it's not like the Coneheads and he really didn't know where he was going? He says, "Hey, where are you going next? France?
No,
We're going to France."
fucking, he has all kind. It's expensive shit, man.
Yeah.
I
That
can't
is-
mute you guys. Hi, you got a to-go order for Chris? Of course it's to go. I'm in the drive-thru. That's me. Yeah, hi. Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
There's Chris having some more of that wholesome food.
No, I am actually. I just went through the drive-thru to get a fucking iced tea at Chick-fil-A. That's all.
A sweet tea.
Oh, unsweet.
Unsweetened.
Unsweet with sweet and low in it.
Why bother?
Because I need something to drink, and this was easier than getting out of the 7-Eleven and fucking having a boo in the background yelling, going, "Oh, no, when you're on the fucking call. It was easier just to do this. So, and that was not racist. Ask Joe Biden. Ask Joe Biden. He says you can't even walk into a 7-Eleven or Dunkin' Donuts without speaking Indian.
I can't ask Joe Biden anything. I'm too busy trying to find all those black jobs we can take.
Oh, yeah, the black jobs. And let's remember the black people, they've never even seen a computer.
What are black jobs? What is this?
Black jobs, that's a job that it's a military organization that deals exclusively with black ops. And that's
no,
what
really.
you're looking at right now.
What is the black?
Those
job?
are the jobs the immigrants are stealing.
Who has brought up black jobs? Who's bringing this up?
Take a guess who brought up black jobs that the immigrants are stealing. Not immigrants, the illegal aliens are stealing the black jobs.
Now we've got aliens.
Would that be Trump?
That would be Trump.
Well, how could it not be
look,
Trump?
He's not right. It's the black jobs.
How could it not be Trump?
Exactly.
I love the blacks. The blacks love me. I love the blacks.
No one has ever been better to the blacks than Trump.
Nobody's been better to the blacks. I stopped calling them spades years ago because that's what they want. And I love the blacks. I love the blacks.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
Donald Trump.
He loves the blacks. He does.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
Yeah,
very good of him.
Well, I thought I might have missed something that maybe Joe Biden was saying something about the blacks.
Well, let me know if Joe Biden was going to say something about the blacks, it would go a little something like this. Hey, singing blacks and holes, I figure that's accurate.
It is such a sad state of affairs.
I mean, you see Nancy Pelosi was asked the question this morning. She's like, should he back down? And she would not answer the question. She was like, that has to be his decision. Like, oh shit, she's off the train too. It's over. It's over.
She's there. So here's it. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to talk about any of it. But let me ask you that, Jess, when you are picking, do you consider yourself when you're picking the music to play on the channels
mm-hmm.
that you oversee?
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider that job as a music director job, or do you consider yourself a curator?
My title is technically a curator, but I do the same job as if I were a music director, essentially.
Can I ask the question?
Yeah.
I don't know whether this is okay or not, but do you play any records for the blacks?
Yeah,
we do play records for the blacks. Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
They played the bouncy.
Because clearly we're stealing their jobs.
Why, why the fuck did you cringe about the word curator?
It just the word seems like they've just bastardized the word.
Gosh, Jess is curating a museum of oral pleasure. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. It seems not. I understand that's what the job is called, but I don't know that I would ever. Would we have ever called ourselves back in the day curators of music?
No, but we wouldn't have called ourselves presenters either, like these people are fucking doing now. I'm a presenter. Yes, what are you doing? You're presenting the fucking call letters is what you're doing. I'm a presenter. Right. Excuse me. Let me clear. I'm a presenter. Arrow 93. Okay, let's talk again.
It's as a presenter, I should be paid more. Present yourself topless. Maybe then we'll think about it.
Oh,
that's what you got to do.
If you're going to be topless, Wally, I'm watching the show. Okay, I'm watching.
Could there be anything better? I will even shave my nipples for you.
Let's get that Wally titty action going on.
My breasts are shrinking. I've lost some weight, so my breasts are shrinking.
Wow. Mine are not. And that's been another episode of Cheese Wits. We'll see you next time.
That's it. Okay. Wally, there is no sound coming out of your face.
What?
There you go.
What? Chris, did you also order a foodstuffs with your tea?
I ordered right here, unsweet tea, Chris R. in a black Hondo, which is supposed to be Hyundai, I suppose.
So whenever I think I've already told you guys that whenever I order, I always use a cartoon name. And
No,
it
you did
amuses
not tell
me-
us that.
Oh, I've never heard that, but
so when I order pizza at the pizza joint, they'll ask, "Who are you?" I'd say, "Oh, Magoo," or "Do Right," or I will use a cartoon name. And what makes me, I know it's not funny to the people who are taking the orders usually, because they're usually, somewhere between 23 and 17. They have no idea who Mr. Magoo is.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get to the cash register, sometimes there'll be somebody there who's, in their 50s, and will start laughing. And it brings me a little joy to use one of those names. And to see how often they misspell Magoo is fantastic.
Now, see,
yeah,
I
we
use
got
fake
a
names.
16-inch with Hamburg here, 16-inch with Hamburg for Flintstone F.
And so what I do when I order that, I'll ask Joe, "Oh, can you pick this up on your way home?" And then she'll have to ask me, "Who's it for?" And then I'll have, "Oh, okay, it's for whoever. It's for Bullwinkle." And then she'll just have to go in and say Bullwinkle, and somebody laughs, of course. It's just my little way of having a little fun.
See, I use fake
That's
names when
all.
I have to pick up stuff, but it's more for safety, not for any sort of joy it gives me.
Well, start doing it for joy.
Well, maybe I'll have to use better names for that then.
Yeah, start getting yourself some joyful names. Hey, I saw that Muncie, Indiana, that Ken, one of Ken's stations, looking for a program director. He's looking for.
I thought they got rid of everything.
Oh, he has a station in the Muncie market,
That must be the last one.
and I don't know. I'm not sure. He may have picked up something new.
We were discussing Ken earlier today. It's funny.
Who was?
Me and my friend Ed, and
E-Rod.
he was talking about Rodriguez. When we were talking, when he came to town, he was working for Ken in Key West, and
Oh, no
he came
shit.
home. Oh yeah, he went down there for about a year and a half, and got the country station to be number one, beating their normal heritage station, and they didn't like that. But so we're home, and he asked me, "Hey, pick me up at the airport and drive me down to the house. Would you mind?" I'm like, "No, not at all." So I go to the airport and I pick him up, and he says, "Let's see what's going on in All Access." And he looks on All Access, and the third job down is his job. Ken Barlow posted his job while he was out of town.
Wow.
Yeah.
What now? Oh, was this back then or today?
No, back then, this was 2008.
Well, tell him he could go back and work for him in Muncie.
Muncie. Yeah, I can imagine at least 7,000 other places I'd rather visit first.
Yeah,
than
I've
Muncie.
never. I don't know what the Muncie market is like. I'm not sure. Well, that wasn't nice of Ken.
No, it was not.
Why did he do it? Did he not like the name Rodriguez?
I guess he didn't like what Ed was doing. I don't know, but perfect time when you're on vacation thinking nobody's going to read All Access. Oh, yes, he did.
Mhm.
Ken fired me. I was fired. Yeah, but I deserved it.
He didn't fire me.
No.
There's
I
still
deserved-
time.
Yeah, I was definitely fired for being a slug. I was very slow. I was such a fucking wise ass back then.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Crazy talk.
I was such a wise ass. I really
And look
I
how things
really
have changed.
truly was a wise ass. Yeah. You know what, Chris? I thought he sold all the stations too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not under Vox. Maybe it's under something else.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, or maybe he's consulting or something. I don't know.
Oh, could be. Yeah, maybe that's it too. I gotta imagine though he'd want to get out because Jesus Christ, Ken's got to. fucking almost 70, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think he's very close to 70. But his lovely wife is maybe 50.
If yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe 50.
Yeah. That kid just got out of grade school.
She's a sweetheart. She's a very, very nice woman. She's an intense. Did you hear the thunder? We're about to get hammered again.
So are we.
Yeah, it's fun. But so normally when it's going to rain, you're like, oh, thank goodness, it'll cool down. Fuck no.
No, it just makes the humidity worse this time.
It has rained here like fucking crazy, and then you open the door and say, oh, good, it'll be cool now. Got all that. Oh, did I tell you we put our horse down?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I saw that on the official page too.
Oh, here's another death notice for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to bring up the death notices. I've had a really fucking horrible day, but amongst this horribleness, I was dealing with some bullshit, just some logistical stuff I was working out, and I get a call from my sister, not my sister, my sister's caseworker, who starts telling me that my sister, though refuses, should be in what is death care?
Hospice.
Hospice. Yes.
Hospice isn't just death care, though.
Yeah, I know. But
I mean, hell, Jimmy Carter's still in it, isn't he?
She should be in. Yeah, he is. She should be on hospice and yada yada yada. And it hits me. And I got to tell you something, you guys. And you probably, Jess, you probably know this better. I don't know. Maybe Chris does too. But I am my sister's
Power of
guardian
attorney.
of sort. Yeah, power of attorney person.
Mm-hmm.
So I have these fucking. I tell her, I say, listen, I hold your life in my hand. Start fucking taking care. She refuses to take care of herself correctly. She has a lot of shit going on with the spinal bifida and the catheters and the shunt in the brain and the can't walk.
Well,
and
that's why she needs hospice care.
Salt and the fucking her fucking water levels in her body are so fucking outrageous that water seeps out of her legs. They're so swollen.
Wow.
Golly.
Yeah. Golly. Well, Beaver, it's golly. So I'm telling her this shit, and I'm saying, listen, do you understand that I am a quality of life guy? Yeah, but I want to live no matter what. Whatever needs to be done. That's not what that's not the kind of decisions I make. I make decisions based on quality of life. And so if you want to fucking live longer, you need to take care of yourself. Fucking just rides right by me, you guys. So I get that news today. She should be in hospice. She's got lots of tubes coming out of her, yada, yada, yada. And this throws me like I get rocked on my pegs a little bit. Then I talk to my dad. They found a second spot on my liver.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Jesus.
What the fuck?
So, and you've got that. My sister was at the oncologist today trying to figure out, as her text said to me, how long I have left.
Ugh.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Yeah.
My God. So, yeah, she's got intestinal and liver.
It's fucking unreal. Yeah. It is. It's gone crazy. I have a friend here. I think I told you about my friend Dave, who he's the most optimistic fucking guy. He's got stage 4 colon cancer.
Mm.
And he's talking about, this is just where people's heads are. I mean, listen, this is the fucking timeline of life. This is what happens. This is where we are. This doesn't happen when we're 13 or when we're 20 or when we're 30. But as we get to 60 plus, shit starts happening. So he believes that we have this college reunion thing coming up next month. And it's not so much a reunion as a get together of a bunch of old friends who are in the media department. And I said, hey, why don't you ride up with Jody and I? Because he lives in Maine. He lives a couple of hours north of me. And he said, well, geez, no. I because of the chemo and stuff, I'm trying to stay away from people. I said, oh yeah, it makes sense. He goes, so I'll do it next year. And I talked to my friend Mick about it. I said, who the fuck is he thinking next year? You're stage 4 fucking colon cancer. There is not a next year. I mean, I understand you want to be positive about it, but come on. You have to at some point be realistic for not just for yourself, but for the people around you too. That, man, this shit is serious. And also, I would say this, shit in the box and send it in, because that was his big mistake. He didn't do the colon screening soon enough. Like I started doing mine, and I know you guys do them, right?
Yep.
I've had one.
Yeah,
sure.
So I've been doing it since 45, and I've had, I think I've had one. It started out with every 5 years, but now I think I've had 3 in the last 10 years, because of other things. But God damn it, get screened. God damn it, that shit's harmful. And if you got a shit in a box, shit in a box, because someone will come pick it up. You don't got to deal with it. But yeah, so it's just fucking wackadoodle shit going on. Just I'm looking at it and oh man, I'm not like crazy about it more as much as I am just like, oh Jesus, this shit's serious. And then I go on with my day, right? I mean, you hear the news. Well, what are you gonna do? You can't. Your day doesn't stop. You got to keep moving forward. And then later on, when you're trying to watch Nightline or whatever I don't even know if that's still on. When you're watching something late at night, you're going like, it creeps into your head for a second. Yeah, okay.
Well,
and then you move on.
My stepsister, who is probably 5 years younger than me, just beat colon cancer, and my sister beat lung cancer.
And they catch it early?
My sister was stage 3A, I think, or B. I don't know. There's like levels of stage 3. Oof. And I can't remember what stage my stepsister was, but they both have clear scans. They're both cancer free.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. It's just, you just got to pay attention, man. You just got to listen to your body. You just gotta pay attention and then try to get into the doctor. Did I tell you I was getting a crown? So I'm getting a crown on my tooth.
Oh, that's good. Getting oh, I'm sorry. That's not what I thought you meant.
You thought he meant a jester hat.
No, I'm not.
I thought he was getting coronated.
I'm getting corrugated is what's happening.
There you go.
So I'm getting a tooth crown, but my dentist recommended me to get a gold crown instead of the traditional white crown. And I'm sort of contemplating and toying it. And he goes,
well, where is it in your face? Where is it in your mouth?
It's in the back.
Well, it doesn't matter.
My molar. No, I wouldn't get one in the front either. But it seems weird.
The metal ones are cheaper.
Well, not only that, he said the gold is a much better crown than the other one. They don't break. They don't, they don't fuck up.
When I was in my 20s and I did not have dental insurance, and I went to...
Oh, really? I'm shocked, you radio person, you.
Yeah. Went to some shit-ass East Texas dentist because I had a toothache. And this man took an x-ray, first of all, informed me that I had an abscessed tooth in the back. Yeah. And that's what was causing my pain. And it was a shame that I didn't take better care of myself. And then once he started drilling into my tooth for the root canal that he said I required because of this abscessed tooth, and he kept not finding the abscess, that's when he looked at the x-ray closer and realized that what I had was a sinus infection that was showing up along that line next to the teeth. And this man said to me, well, your tooth was cracked anyway, and you had a little bit of a cavity on the side, so we were going to need to do this anyway. And then this shit-ass East Texas dentist tried to upsell me on a white crown, even though I had no insurance, and it was about 3 times more expensive than the silver crown that I ended up insisting on, because it was going to match my teeth better in the back of my mouth.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know.
You got no sound.
Oh, I don't. I guess it depends on how wide you were opening your mouth back then. He probably thought you were a very active girl, so you might get a lot of.
And
hey!
still, you think anybody was going to notice what color the teeth were in the back of my mouth?
About to say, I'm going to make it white at that point, Wally. So.
Let's see if this color matches, honey. Yeah, I can't even. How does he even legitimize charging you a dime? He should have been thankful you didn't sue his ass.
Well, lucky for him, I was like 23 and stupid and didn't know. Like I didn't know that you could tell an authority figure like your dentist who knows what he's talking about. I didn't know that you could call him on his shit and walk out. Like, if something like that had happened today, I would have been like, get your shit out of my face. I am leaving right now. I will be going to another dentist and you will be hearing from a lawyer. But back then I was 23 and I didn't know what the hell I was allowed to do.
I had a bad dental experience as well. This was 15 years ago or something, 20 years, a different dentist. And I was going in and he kept fucking taking out fillings and refilling my teeth. He said, well, that filling's bad. We're going to have to refill it. Oh, this filling's bad. We have to refill it. He was taking out perfectly good fillings, filling my teeth, and charging my insurance. I fucking called my insurance. I said, what the fuck is going on? This guy keeps charging me. He's taking fillings out of my head and putting new fillings in. So they investigated him. Long story, blah, blah, blah. They investigated him. He's no longer in business. He shut the doors and
Good.
He was gone. And he was fined a lot of money. And he did a lot of fraud. But it was his normal practice to bilk the insurance companies out of money.
Yeah.
By giving people fillings they didn't need or taking out fillings saying, oh, the filling was bad, you need to be refilled.
Right after I had that experience in Texas, I moved to Wichita. And one of my neighbors who I became friends with she had just started working for a dentist office. And
was she on the lineman?
Yeah. And her job was to upsell people on services that they didn't actually need, but to convince them that they needed them. And she was really uncomfortable with that. And I didn't realize until that very moment that that was a thing that they did. And so I actually went several years without going to the dentist at all because I was terrified. I didn't trust them. And
was that one of those franchise dentist places like
I don't remember
Aspen?
I don't think so. I don't remember for sure, but I don't think
because they're big on the upsell.
Back then there wasn't.
Absolutely.
This would have been like around 2000, 2001. So they
could have been a baby back then.
Yeah, I don't know. But dentists still do that because before I found my dentist here, I went online like in a local Facebook group and said, I'm looking for referral, I'm looking for recommendations for a dentist that will not try to sell me things that I don't need. And
good luck.
I found one. And when I went there and I explained the whole, my whole, like, I'm now terrified of dentists because of this experience that I had, the hygienist listened to my story and she said, that's actually why I left my last dental job and came here. Because I didn't want to be part of doing that to people. Yeah,
dentists are among the highest paid of the, or the highest earning of the medical professionals.
Well, so far, I've been going to them for a bunch of years now, and they have not tried to sell me anything other than X-rays and cleanings.
Chris, any experience with the Aspen people?
No, but I know somebody that has. And they got totally dicked by him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, they have terrible reviews.
Yeah.
My daughter was, when she came back from California, she had some teeth issues because she just ignored going to the dentist. And then she needed like 8 fillings, 6 fillings, something like that. And they fucking had her in. They said, you can do this payment plan. We have a special credit card for it. It's going to cost you $24,000.
Jesus.
Like, what? And I said, listen, go see the family dentist. And it still cost her like $5,000.
That's different than 24 grand.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was 24 grand before you start paying the interest on the credit card that they give you.
Mm-hmm.
And that they, hey, use this. They're fucking vicious.
Yeah.
They're absolutely, and they will sell you. You got to be suspect when you walk in the door and they have brochures and they hand you like 3 or 4 different brochures, like you're at the fucking ATV dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you want the 4x4? You want the side by side? What do you want here?
Right.
Yeah, you have to be concerned about that shit. My dentist I have now is he's mellowed a lot over the years. So he's a Navy guy. He's about 6'5". He has hands the size of fucking feet, like club feet. But he's a great guy, and he uses fantastic technology.
Mm.
Like when he goes in your mouth, he's got this little wand thing that takes all the pictures in your mouth. Just fucking fantastic. We got a shot the other day. I had to have some numbing done because he had to drill out, get ready for the cap. So we had to put the temporary on there. And he's got a little pump. The fucking, you don't even feel the needle go in. He puts a little numbing shit on there. Needle, don't feel. Then a pump does it. You hear this. Bzz, bzz, bzz. It's an automatic, some sort of pneumatic pump pumping the Novocaine into you, and the needle's moving up. What the? He has fucking magical shit that he uses. He uses fucking just great technology. The only thing he has that I don't like about my dentist is the chairs suck.
Oh, really?
Well, you lay down in the chair. It's a sort of an easy chair, but the arms don't come up. So your arms are way down low. So he doesn't have to do the arms. He's going to get new chairs. He said he's getting
See, and I don't like that either, because last time I was at the dentist, so I was in the same kind of chair situation. And keep in mind, I haven't been to the dentist in 2 years because I didn't pay the bill for the last one. But, I'm in the chair, arms are stretched out. I've got Novocaine in there, and I kept laughing because they got to gas me when I do anything because I just hate the dentist so much. Bad experience when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So they gassed me, and I kept laughing. And I remember saying to her, this woman, my arm keeps touching your fupa. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My arm's on your fupa. I'm engaged. I'm not, but your fupa's just right there. I'm sorry.
Have you been invited back to the dentist?
No, I've not returned, Wally. I've not returned.
Oh.
Have you received any legal documentation banning you from going back to the dentist?
No, only from the collection agency. That's all.
Okay.
It's Chris R. Oh, the fupa man. Yeah.
Can I get the license plate? Oh, like Seinfeld, Fupa Man?
Oh, you could.
I can be the ass man.
Hello,
the Fupa man.
ass man. Yes, you could be fupa man. Oh my, that's outstanding. That is I can't even listen to this little story. This just because that is something I'm surprised you got away with saying that without someone saying, I felt violated. He said my fupa was in the way. I didn't feel safe in the same room with Chris R.
I've been triggered.
I was talking to my aunt, and my aunt, the nun, I don't know, Monday. And we're just talking about a teacher and a student, and she's lived in the same community, and a lot of kids that are now in their 40s who she had as students will say, oh, hey, sister, da, 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 da. But she was conveying a story that you could never in a fucking million years do today that happened about 35 years ago. A teacher, one of the nuns, gave a student a ride home from school. Can you, in your fucking wildest imagination, imagine that happening today? Not a chance in hell. Somebody would be going to jail. What's that?
Said only on life. That's the only way you get it on the TV in real life.
Huh. What did Chris say?
He said only on Lifetime.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. It would be on life.
Thank you for interpreting that for the.
Well, you're cutting out now, so I lost everything after thank you, but you're welcome.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's cutting out. I got 5 fucking bars.
Well, now you're back.
Well, maybe it's because you've been to 5
fucking
bars. That could be it. Get out of the bar.
Could be.
That might be that.
See, now I feel terrible. The things you're fading away, Wally.
I'm fading. Am I fading?
Yeah.
Ow! Oh, I hit myself in the mouth.
Well, that fixed it. I thought you had that problem fixed. Not the hitting yourself in the mouth, the actual microphone.
That hasn't happened in a couple of months.
No, it hasn't.
No, I don't. Maybe it was that power surge we had. Yeah. So could you? I could not imagine even getting close to that sort of thing going on now. You could never do that, or offer anybody. You can't even offer anybody a ride home. Who are we kidding? You can't. You couldn't offer a grown adult a ride home. Oh, I can give you a ride home. Oh, I was scared. You can't do it. We almost have to be like avoid eye contact at all costs. Don't look at people. Don't hold the door for anybody. I've gotten yelled at for holding doors for people.
Oh, are you okay?
No, I think am I all right? Yeah, I don't give a shit. And I just don't hold the door anymore. I close the door on purpose. You're coming up. I don't fucking care here. Fuck you. No, it's fucking, you can't even be polite.
I mean, I can be polite and I haven't gotten any backlash. So maybe
because you're abroad.
It's just you.
No, it's not just me. It's not just me. I can hold my own door. You think
I don't need a man to hold my door.
Yep, you got it. Right,
I don't need a man to hold my door, but I'm not going to yell at him if he does.
Because you're a different kind of woman, maybe.
Maybe. No. It's almost like we all have our own distinct opinions and personalities. Weird, right?
No, a cunt is a cunt. That's just it. Not you, but a cunt is a cunt.
A cunt is a cunt, of course. Of course, a cunt, of course.
A whore's a cunt, a cunt. Yeah. No, it's you can't even be, not everybody gets pissed off, but certain people get pissed off even when you're just trying to be, I'm just holding the door.
Let them be pissed off. Who cares?
I'm being nice. But I don't like that. I don't like people fucking being rotten and saying mean things.
Well, people don't like me yelling at the guy hanging the bullshit on my door either, but I did it.
Well, you got a fucking sign that says don't hang bullshit. If the broad was walking through, if someone's walking to me, a man or a woman walking to me and says, don't hold the fucking door for me. Okay, fine. I won't hold the door. Good enough. If you got something that says, hey, you fucking no solicitoso. Then fucking no solicitoso. Just don't do it. You know what you got to do? You got to do like they do at town office. See, here we have town office. I don't know. What do you have there? City Hall?
Yeah.
Well, you go into the City Hall or you go into the DMV, they got a fucking sign, 40 different languages on it saying whatever it is they want to say. If you need somebody to communicate for you, ask us. And then it's in 40 languages. Mm-hmm. Of it. That's what you need to get. You need to get the no soliciting sign in 40 languages. Just play. Oh, Jess, I'm going to look for one of those online and I'm going to send you one if I find one.
Okay.
I got to find it.
I feel that the people that don't want the door held for them, I feel are the same people that are driving in their car alone with a mask on.
Oh, yes, they are. You are correct. Correct.
They're the same person.
And I still see those people.
Oh, I saw one 20 minutes ago.
It's unbelievable to me. I don't understand it. What brainwashed milk did they drink?
I'd love to know.
But I'd like to change the message in that milk. I still see it, and I still see people walking in the stores with masks. And I guess you can't know. Maybe someone's immune compromised or something. I mean, maybe they're just scared off their fucking asses. But in your car by yourself with a mask, probably not necessary unless you're your own carrier, I suppose.
Now, wouldn't that be funny?
I don't want to make myself sick. That is something people say. I don't want to make myself sick. I better not eat that. Yeah, it's fucking just goofiness. Yeah, so I almost go out of my way not to hold the door, but I almost can't not do it. I almost, because it's just ingrained in me to be
do
polite.
it. I mean, it doesn't hurt anybody. If somebody gets mad, they get mad. So what?
Yeah, I don't want.
You don't know them. They have no effect on your life unless they punch you in the face for holding the door open. Who cares?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't want to get punched in the face.
It's right. I don't want to get punched in the face.
Want to get hit.
Right.
How often is that happening when you're holding doors open?
Oh, no. I hold doors all the time. I'm in and out of stores.
And
constantly.
I'm saying, how often is it happening that you're getting punched in the face?
Maybe twice a week. Maybe twice a week
you're getting punched in the face?
No, not punch me in the face.
That's what I'm asking.
I can get my own door.
That's what I'm asking.
Huh?
That's what I'm asking. How often are you getting punched in the face when you hold the door open for somebody?
I've never got punched in the face.
Well, then it's a non-issue.
How many times has someone grabbed your tit in the grocery store, but you still get mad just because they talk to you?
Hold on. I'm settling in. Hold on.
Here comes Wally with another argument that has nothing to do with anything.
No, yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
That's what bothers you. That's what bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bothered by this part where you can't be polite and people get pissed off.
You can be polite.
You're bothered by something very similar.
You can be polite.
But you feel threatened by it. And
so you think that it's the same thing, people getting pissed off and people getting murdered is the same? Okay, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, people get shot in the parking lot all the time. We had a shooting here in Walmart.
Was it because somebody held the door open?
No, he backed up his car too fast.
Okay.
And he got shot in the back in the Walmart parking lot. It was one of our tenants. Yeah, it was her brother. Yeah, he got out of the car and yelled at somebody, and they got out and shot him. Like, wow, not good at all. No, it's. I realize it's a ridiculous comparison, but it's just like, why do people get mad when you're being polite? Why do they have to be offended by it? If you're just like saying, "Hey, I'm just holding the door," or you can go first. Oh, go ahead. I'm all set. Go ahead. They get offended by that bullshit. People are offended by fucking everything. Not everything, not everybody, but they get offended by bullshit. You wouldn't hit me in the face, would you, if I held the door?
Probably not.
What about if I solicited?
What if I was having a bad day?
Then you got to expect to get punched back, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. No, it's not. I mean, I wouldn't, if I saw your sign that said, "Don't come here," I wouldn't come here. And worse was maybe not even the guy who solicited. It's the other guy who's his supervisor. Was his supervisor the white guy who spoke English?
He also looked like he was probably Hispanic, but he spoke English.
Man, I don't even understand why they would even come to your door with the sign.
I don't know, but 2 different people selling shit did that in the last week.
And so one guy what was the second guy selling? Do you know?
The second one was selling painting, house painting, like painting your siding.
Oh, speaking of, do you remember back in the day, I was doing a delivery and somebody else pulled up to do delivery, and it was a couple of foreign exchange students or students from not from this country, and they were selling encyclopedias. Do you remember that when they used to hire college students to go out and sell books? Back 20 years ago.
I'm sure I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever seen it.
I didn't even know they still did that anymore. It's sort of like, do you have Certain Pro? I think it's called Certain Pro Painters there, where they have college students go to houses and sell painting. That might have been.
I don't know, because this was a local place, because they had a option to call or text for a quote. So I texted them and said, maybe you'd get more business if your people weren't hanging your trash on the doors of people with 2 no soliciting signs.
I was thinking the other day when I was driving, some a truck, van went by me with all its lettering on the sign, the phone number, and just driving like a complete asshole and cutting people off. And
See,
cutting
that's
me
what I don't
off.
understand. You got a billboard for your business. You got a direct phone number to you, and you're going to drive like an asshole?
Right. Well, then I said, well, I'm going to fucking call and say, hey, this fucking guy. And then I started thinking to myself, I'm not going to call because they're going to have my phone number.
Yeah, I
And then they're gonna
realized after
start
I sent the
texting
text,
me
I should have
bullshit.
used my Google Voice number instead because it doesn't tie back to my name and my address.
Yeah. So look at that. I'm afraid to even complain about assholes.
That's why
This
you
is
got
the
to get
only
a
person
Google
who
Voice
complained
number. You wouldn't be able to figure out how to use it, but
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have any idea how to do it. I know you've talked about the Google Voice number before, and I've never investigated it.
Mhm.
I know it exists, but
Mhm.
and do you have? Is it an 800 number you have?
no, it's a 615. It's a local number.
And it's yeah, I don't.
I give
don't-
it out to people I don't want to know my real information.
That's why I have one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
It's actually a Las Vegas number.
I give it out to first dates. I give it out to some businesses. If there's a form you have to fill out on a website to get information, I give out my Google Voice number.
And so when you get a call, does it keeps messages for you?
Mhm.
And do you ever go in and listen to it and go, like, oh yeah, right. Yeah, you won't be getting a call back, pal.
I mean, actually, Google translates them, so they'll send. You don't even have to listen to the messages. It sends you an email or a text that says, "Here's what the message says."
Oh, like an AI translation or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I did notice that Microsoft, I just read this just before we started talking, that Microsoft is pulling out of the AI company that they were sitting on the board of because of a whole bunch of lawsuits. They want to get this AI thing. And then I also saw that Intuit, the tax folks, they're laying off 1,800 people so they can concentrate on AI generated taxes. Like, oh man, it ain't the blacks taking the jobs or the Mexicans or whoever. It's the AI, baby.
I mean, the record labels are trying to prevent. I don't know how they're going to actually be successful at this, but they're trying to prevent AI duplications of their artists' voices and faces.
Man, how hard is that going to be?
Yeah.
That's going to be fucking impossible.
I mean, it's already being used because there are these ads for gummies that are these weight loss gummies that are using the faces and voices of famous people saying, I lost weight taking these gummies, when those people had nothing to do. They didn't take those gummies and they had nothing to do with it. They didn't approve the use of their face and their voice.
I know there was there was one on Facebook with using Gordon Ramsay.
There's been
selling pans.
Just in country music, there's
yeah.
been Lainey Wilson and I think Priscilla Block, Trisha Yearwood.
God damn.
Kelly Clarkson. I saw one the other day that was supposed to be Kelly Clarkson, and I was like, I don't believe that was her.
That bitch can sing, by the way.
She can sing any damn thing.
That fucking Kelly Clarkson can sing, but so what it's going to come down to now is the only way an artist is going to be able to make money is to go on is to go on tour, because everything else will be suspect.
Yeah,
every fucking thing else. Yeah, Chris, you saw the Gordon Ramsay one?
Oh yeah,
the Hexclad or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, I saw that one, and there's ones that have Zuckerberg or somebody saying, I'm going to give you all this Bitcoin, or it wasn't Zuckerberg, it was Elon Musk. But I mean, for somebody that's not watching the lips and listening at the same time, But
they've got them where they can even make them, like, look, there was a Dolly Parton TikTok account that, like, overnight had 2 million followers. And there was a video on there with Dolly going, well, here I am on TikTok now. It was not Dolly Parton. It was AI. They deep faked the whole thing. Dolly had nothing to do with it. But if you watch the video, it looks like Dolly Parton. It sounds like Dolly Parton saying, here I am. I'm on TikTok now.
Man, I am very glad that I am not 20. I really am, because the next fucking 20 or 30 years are going to be fucking tumultuous with this shit.
Yeah.
It-
Listen, I'm just glad there wasn't social media when I was a teenager.
Oh, fuck. No. Well, I bet a lot of people that you know are glad there wasn't social media when you were a teenager.
Uh-huh.
Well, look, it just created a website of us. Shouldn't have said nothing to her.
Shouldn't have done it.
See what she created? Yeah, me too. I'm not sure I would have made it out of my teenage years had there been social media. Just I think it would have been so fucking vicious.
I got bullied enough in real life.
Yeah, same here. And fucking moving from place to place and new kid. I was always the fucking new kid. Always the fucking new kid. I was the new kid. I think I was the new kid at 3 different high schools, and you're not in high school a long time, guys. But I was the new kid at 3 different high schools.
I was the new kid 3 times in middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Same. Yeah. I did. I did second grade at 2 different schools and in 2 different towns, communities, 2 different school systems entirely.
I did 6th grade. So part of 6th grade in middle school in upstate New York, and the rest of 6th grade in elementary school in California, because they didn't in California they didn't move. I don't know if they're this way now, but back then they didn't have middle school was for 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah.
And 6th grade was in the elementary school. But I was already in middle school back in New York, and then went back to middle school for part of 7th grade, and then moved to another school district, and then started in another school district in 8th grade, and then went back to my home school district to finish 8th grade. I couldn't even take the finals because it was like 2 weeks before the end of the school year when I moved back.
Isn't it, so as you look back on it, it fucks you up a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think it's also what made me prime for a radio career.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that lifestyle that you had, that I had, I don't know, Chris, whether he grew up in the same, but it forces you to become a person who can talk to anybody at any time in any circumstance, because you have no fucking choice but to either make friends or sit in the corner by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not a sit in the corner by yourself guy.
I was.
I was not. So, but either one of those
Chris,
kind of
what
people,
fucked you up?
Julie.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
really
just
it.
waited to be fucked up until you were an adult then?
Basically, yes.
Okay, good.
And mine came early and often.
Mine
Early
too.
and often. Yeah, and it just, but so as you look back on it now, and I look back on it now, Chris, as we all look back on shit now, fucking came through okay, eh?
We did okay.
Yeah.
Look, it is what it is.
Did all right, but I think if we were to do it now, if we were the same people and we were 10 years old now starting this shit,
Oh,
we would be
Jesus.
fucked up.
Oh, absolutely, because we have the internet that we can go try and diagnose ourselves and figure out how fucked up we really are.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Jody and I were talking the other day about some of that stuff, and she has a relative, a very close, her sister, who diagnoses herself quite often by looking stuff on the internet, and it's no good for her.
Oh, my mother diagnoses herself and everyone around her. She always has. And then she gets mad if you don't believe her and follow her medical advice.
Wait, she's giving medical advice as
Always
well?
Always has. Yes.
No kidding.
And gets mad if you will not follow her medical advice.
So is your mom the kind of person that will, like, she might get a prescription for a medicine, she'll take it till she feels better, but she'll save it, and 3 years later you'll have something similar. She'll go, I have just the thing, and go to the medicine cabinet. Try this 3-year-old amoxicillin. It's gonna fix you right up.
You know what she did do one time when I've had skin cancer on my face twice, and the first time that I had it, it was a pretty traumatic surgery. And they wouldn't give me any pain medication because the whole opioid crisis, blah, blah, blah. And so they told me that Advil and or extra strength Tylenol would be sufficient. And that was a fucking lie. That was such a lie. Because especially because the surgery was right next to my nose and they had to like, I won't go too far into details, but there was
right in the crease.
There was it like went up into the side of my nose, and there was they cut a place they weren't supposed to cut, and there was trauma, and my whole face just I was in so much pain I couldn't find a comfortable place for 24 hours. After that it was reasonable, but for 24 hours after the surgery it just hurt so bad I couldn't. Yeah. I couldn't lay down or sit up or like just nothing. Nothing would make me feel okay. And so when I had to have the surgery a second time, a couple of years later, and I asked ahead of time, I said, listen, that advice that you gave, that was terrible advice. That was not sufficient for pain. Can you give me something for just 24 hours worth? I'm not asking for a month. I'm not asking for even a week. I'm asking for something to get me through the first 24 hours. And they said, well, you can combine the Advil and the extra strength Tylenol. My mother,
oh dear,
came to town. My parents came to town. My mother brought me hydrocodone, which is, I think that's Vicodin. Isn't that Vicodin?
Something like that.
Probably.
Yeah. It was her prescription. She brought it to me. And I used it for the first 24 hours. And everything was fine. So then I had some other... Oh, I had a conversation with her like a year later. And I said, she said, well, don't you still... I said something about having some kind of back pain or something. She said, don't you still have any of those pills left? And I said, yeah, but they're like a year old. Are they still good? And she said, yeah, they'll still work. And then she goes, but you know what? Let me send you something even better. And I was like, no, I don't need your narcotics.
When your mother starts saying, Jess, do you have a mortal and pestle? Right. The pill's not, but if you have a mortal and pestle, just grind them up. And just snort them up. She said,
fine. Let me send you something even better. No, I'm fine.
But so your mom is essentially a throwback to 1960s, uppers mom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What was the drug of choice back in the 60s that all the moms took? Not Vicodin, not whatever the fucking. Give me a couple of those. Bum. It's whatever that ongoing joke is.
I don't know.
That women used to use a lot of back in the day.
I remember the phrase "mother's little helper," though.
Yeah, mother's little helper. Yeah, that and whatever that pill was, I think it's whatever modern day Vicodin is now.
Mm.
Mom would take a little bit of that. Your mother's like the pharmaceutical mama, taking care of business.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's kind of nice though, right? You can call your mom and say, "Hey, listen, I got this here pain. Let me send you something."
No, and because then she's diagnosing me with things.
No, but here's even
I had this back surgery. You should get this back surgery.
And some drug sniffing dog says, "Hey, there's something in this package going to Jess's house. We better track this package to the door." Hey, don't you see my no soliciting sign? Push aside, DEA. Coming in to get you, throwing you up against the wall for 3 Vicodins.
Right.
Oh my God.
Well,
that's not your name on this prescription bottle.
You should know better.
I know.
Oh my Lord.
All right. I have to go, folks.
Another hysterectomy?
No, actually I need to poop.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's so weird. That iced tea went right through you.
It's other shit from I think yesterday. I had corn.
He says like people whisper cancer. Chris says,
I had corn.
What, cancer? No, corn.
My grandmother used to do shit like that, and I never understood why. But she'd be like, "Oh, you know that guy? His parents live next door to us, you know, and of course their son. Well, he's retarded." Yeah. Okay. Y'all have a good week. I'll talk to y'all next week.
All right,
Enjoy
guys.
the week.
Bye.
Bye.